Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Money Matters Top Tips for Success, where each and every day I bring on new business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives and have them share their top tips for success with you. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, moneymatterstoptips.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Frank Barletta on the line. He's founder and CEO over at UpTop. Frank, welcome to the show.
Adam, thank you very much for having me.
So I'm excited to get more into what you're doing over at UpTop and how you're helping your clients. But before we do that, let's get a little bit further into your background. So how did you get started in your career in business?
Pure ignorance. Really not understanding what it takes to start a business, operate a business, build a business. I went into it blind, and thankfully I did that, because knowing what I know today, it would have scared the shit out of me. And thankfully I was able to make it through and get to the point that I am today.
Man, that's awesome. I love that. And it's because we all learn from the ups, the downs, the sideways, and really everything in between as being entrepreneurs and business owners. So that being said, if you could go back and give that, that young Frank that was just getting started, or even those listeners that are listening right now that are maybe starting on their first entrepreneurial venture, some advice, what kind of things would you tell them?
Number one, make sure that you have clear communication to the degree that you're able to articulate exactly what you mean and that the other side understands it exactly what you mean. And two, make sure that you not only make great relationships, but you keep those great relationships. This is something that I believe is fundamental to being a very strong business professional.
That's awesome. And I get it. And I'm definitely a strong relationship guy, and I'm also a strong mentorship guy. Like I always think if you can save some time by learning from some people that have already done it before you and or are doing something that you want to do in your niche, and they can teach you some things and you can link up, why not, right?
Definitely. It's also important because you can learn from failures of others. You find that when you just listen to other people talk about their own experiences, even if it's unrelated, you hear things that may trigger ideas in your own head, and you run with it.
That's awesome. Let's switch it up, Frank. I do want to get into what you're doing over at UpTop. So first, tell us a little bit more about the business, please.
Sure. Our main premise is real estate technology. We are building enterprise-level property management software. The opportunity that we see is renting is really challenging for renters. It goes from the top of the sales funnel where prospective renters have to find vacancies, all the way through the paperwork and the processing and the payments and the back office side. And what we've realized is the problem that renters go through is fairly universal, but more importantly, there's another side to the problem where operators, property managers deal with software that's legacy, expensive, and challenging to run, and it doesn't provide the value that they need. It doesn't provide the experience to retain tenants, which ultimately hurts their bottom line. We feel that by taking an approach of building modern software that's practical, understands the workflows of the day-to-day operators, and adds that value, that on its own can be very powerful and be a very strong entrance into a market.
So you said enterprise level. So just to be clear, so there's people listening that run funds, that run investment trusts, that run all kinds of things. What kind of clients are the right type of clients for you? Like what type of doors are we talking? And let's go into some of the features too. Just give them a little bit more meat on what you're delivering.
Sure. At the entrance of the enterprise, at the institutional level, we feel a couple thousand doors would be, or in our terms, a couple thousand units would be where our typical client size is.
Awesome. And what kind of expectations can someone lean on you for in terms of what type of service you deliver with your software?
In the industry today, it takes several different team members and softwares to manage everything from the top of the sales funnel for screening, for rent collection, for accounting. What an institution can look at us to is a business that's developing software to offer all of that in a robust manner in one platform.
Oh, wow. So it's really end to end. So if you take me through if you could take me through maybe like a client journey, if you will, from the client side, right? So I'm looking at a property there. Let's just say I obviously don't know that they're using your software, but they are using your software. I put the application in. If you can just kind of take me through that, that'd be awesome.
Definitely. From a business perspective, let's pretend that I am the manager of an organization. The way that I set up my account or my system is I want to give all of my team members the proper controls and securities so that they only access what's necessary and they don't do things that are outside of the scope of what they're supposed to be doing. Also, so they don't have access to certain financials. I may not want the institutional investor reports going to my leasing agents. I want to make sure that everyone has access to what they're supposed to. So once I have my system set up, what I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm able to see from the top of the sales funnel all of the vacancies that I have in my portfolio, how they're being marketed, and any traction that's coming in. So my marketing team and my leasing team can work together and collaborate on syndicating to various sources the vacancies that I have available at the proper price, and making sure that there are leads that are coming in properly tracked and recorded so that my team can, from an automated perspective, reach out and schedule showings. From that perspective, the leasing agents are able to show vacancies and automatically, or in a very easy manner, send a screening application to a prospective renter for them right then and there or on the road on any device, go through the screening process and submit their paperwork without having to chase them. And the focal point of this is because I have a tool that's handling a lot of the mundane tasks, my team is able to really do the things that they need to do in the back office. And from the journey, the resident and the prospective resident is getting the application, they're able to fill it out, and once it's sent back, all of the information is provided instantaneously. So full background, full credit report, eviction history, things that are very important for me to know as a property manager or as a business owner. I want to make sure that the particular candidate is a good fit for my community. And if they are, I can, with a click of a button, move that into the leasing step where I can send the paperwork over with whatever riders need to be signed and have that sent directly for approval for my team, and the managers can approve it and then it be sent directly to the prospective resident to sign, make their initial payments, and to start the move-in process. So if you think of practicality, there's so much back and forth in communication, there's so much back and forth in paperwork. This takes a lot of that out, and it makes it makes the process much more simple.
Wow, that's amazing. And you're right. The amount of systems that you just covered in your process and that workflow, I mean, you made it sound like it's easy, which without something like UpTop, that what you just described is not that smooth, as we all know. And everybody listening that's been in any level, enterprise or less, doesn't matter. If you had a couple of units to manage, it's not that easy. So I love it, Frank. So if somebody's listening to this, and they do want more information or on UpTop or to connect, what's the best route for them to reach out?
I'll give my cell phone number, 646-586-8600. They can check us out at liveuptop.com. We're also on LinkedIn, where our team is there, as well as more information about our company.
That's awesome. And what's your number one more time, please?
646-586-8600. That's my cell phone number. They're welcome to call or text to learn more. Happy to make relationships and make sure that it's a fruitful endeavor.
Perfect. Well, hey, Frank, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about all the great work that you're doing over at UpTop and in your entrepreneurial journey. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store, share this with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Do all those great things we do to support our podcasters. I really do appreciate it. And Frank, thanks again for coming on the show.